Hello, students. Welcome again to our general mathematics subject. We are now on lesson 3.3, operation of functions, specifically composition of functions. I am Mrs. Clear P. Hamera, your subject instructor. Now, our lesson objective for today. At the end of the lesson, you will be able to perform the operation on function, specifically composition of function. In short, you will be able to perform the composition of functions. All right, let's have a short review of the substitution of the algebra from your previous school, junior high school. We have here, what if we are tasked to solve for the value of y? Of course, we will be having, for example, a given of y is equal to 2x plus 4. And then our replacement value of x is equal to 3. So in short, this means that we need to substitute the value of x, which is the 3, here in our given equation. Therefore, we will have y is equal to 2 times the replacement value of 3 plus 4. And then we will further perform operations. 2 times 3, that is 6 plus 4. Y is equal to 6 plus 4, that would be 10. Therefore, this is just how to substitute a value from the expression. All right? In this topic, we will have the higher or the advanced level of substitution wherein we will substitute function to the other function already. So let's proceed to the main topic of our video lecture, which is the composition of functions. First, we will define composition of functions. The composition of function f with g is denoted by f composed with g. All right? So, we will write it like F, my circle sa gitna, and then G. To read it as F composed with G. But, when we define, ito yung definition ng composition of function. F composed with G of X. F composed of G of X is equal to F of G of X. That means we will read it as F composed with G of X is equal to F of G of X. Again, we will read it as F composed with G of X is equal to F of G of X. So, F, follow the cursor. F composed with G of X is equal to F of G of X. All right, let's have an example how to do this. For example, we are given two functions here. The f of x is equal to 4x minus 5. And then the other function of g of x is equal to x squared plus 4. So, we will start with first. We are asked to have the composition of f composed of g of x. Therefore, when we say f composed with g of x means f of g of x, then we must replace each occurrence of x in the function f. So, lahat daw ng x dito sa function of x, f rather, papalitan natin ng g of x. So, ang ipapalit natin sa lahat ng x dito kay function of x is yung g of x natin. Yun yung sinabi ko sa inyo kanina na we are going to replace a function, x in the function with the other function. Alright? To easily understand this, we will have this solution. First is, of course, f of g of x kasi. Therefore, yung ating gagamitin na function would be the f of x. Kasi siya ay yung nauna dito. Is equal to 4x minus 5. That would be the given for equation for f. Now, next, we will have the definition. F composed of g of x is equal to f of x, f of g of x. This is the definition. All right? Is equal to, we will just refer it here. That's one. So, yung 4, pinalitan natin ng g of x yung x. Kasi, yun yung definition. Yung f daw of g of x. So, yung 4, bring down, then yung x dito sa taas, pinalitan natin ng g of x. Alright? Erase ko muna yung iba para malinis. And then, we will just bring down minus 5 here. So, again, 4, supposedly ito si x, kasi yun 4x minus 5 yan dyan. So, supposedly ito si x, pinalitan lang natin ng g of x. Kasi, we are tasked to replace x by g of x. Therefore, we will substitute now the value of what? The value of g of x. So, the value or the function of g of x is, ito sa taas, x squared plus 4. Therefore, yung 4, bring down, ito, bring down natin dito. Then, yung g of x natin, papalitan natin ng x squared plus 4. Itong nasa taas. X squared plus 4. Alright? And then, bring down natin yung minus 5. Dito. So, we've done replacing g of x by x squared plus 4. So, kung nahihirapan kayo, may mga steps dito sa gilid kung ano yung ginagawa. Right? So, let's continue. Next, of course, first thing to do is we will use a distribution law. We will apply distribution law. How to do that? 4 times x squared, 4x squared. 4 times positive 4 plus 16. Bring down minus 5. All right? Next, we will combine like terms. So, bring down 4x squared kasi wala naman siyang ibang kasama dyan na kagaya niya na may parehong terms. Then, we will bring down 4x squared. Then, combine the constant 16 minus 5. That would give us plus 11. So, thus, the f composed with g of x is equal to 4x squared plus 11. So, we have here the final answer, 4x squared plus 11. Now, what if we are tasked to evaluate a particular given replacement of x? So, what if like that? F composed with g of 2. Now, we will do it like this. Remember the answer from the previous slide. The answer from the previous slide is this. So, f composed with g of x is equal to 4x plus 11. Ito yung sagot kanina sa previous slide. Alright? Previous slide ito. But we are tasked to evaluate if x is 2. Therefore, we will substitute f composed with g of 2 na siya. Instead of x, magiging 2 is equal to 4 times 2 na din squared plus 11. Alright? Then perform further. Bring down 4 2 squared, that would give us 4 also, plus 11. Therefore, we will have 4 times 4, 16, plus 11. So the final answer is F composed of G of 2 is equal to 27. 16 plus 11 is 27. So when we are tasked to evaluate from the previous slide, then we will get the answer of 27 if the x is 2. All right, so let's proceed with the next example. What if reverse siya? Ang gagamitin natin is si G composed of f of x. So si G composed of f, composed with G of with f of x. So nauna na yung G bago kay f. Therefore, ang mangyayari ay ganito siya. Because si G composed with f of x means nauna na si G of f of x. So, si G na naman yung gagamitin natin na function. Then, replace natin every occurrence of x with f of x na naman ang i-replace natin. So, meaning, kung ano yung nauna dito, therefore, yun ang gagamitin natin na function. So, yun yung mauna na function. Si G of x is equal to x squared plus 4. Yun yung given na equation or function for G. Now, we have here, we define, ito, definition lang ito, na G composed with f of x is equal to G of f of x. Definition lang yan. Alright? Next is, of course, dito tayo mag-base. So, x squared, si x dito, pinalitan natin ng f of x. Tapos squared. Ito, squared. Yung x dito, pinalitan ng f of x dito. And then squared. Then, bring down plus 4. Alright? I hope you can still follow. Next. Next is, you have to substitute the value of f of x. The value of f of x is this, 4x minus 5. That's why you have 4x minus 5. But still you have squared kasi x squared kasi yan. That's why yung f of x pinalitan ng 4x minus 5 then squared na naman. Then bring down plus 4. Now before we will proceed, we will first of course perform the operation here. Recall that, look at this here. Ito yung solution. Recall that when we are going to square a binomial, ito yung mangyayari. You can use the FOIL method or you can use my method here. Ibig sabihin ng 4x minus 5 squared is 4x minus 5 times 4x minus 5. We multiply the 4x minus 5 twice or by itself rather, by itself. Therefore, to easily get this one, ang ginawa ko is, yung first sineparate ko dito. Yung 4x, dito ko nilagay. Then, multiply ko siya dito sa 4x minus 5. Ito siya. That would be my first. Next, sineparate ko naman si negative 5 dito. Then, multiply ko din naman siya again dito. The same manner when we use the distribution law. Alright? So we will proceed. Now, distribute 4x, all right? 4x times 4x, that would give us 16x squared. Next, 4x times minus 5 or negative 5, that would give us minus 20x. Kasi negative si 5, positive si 4. At isa lang yung x, therefore, may x siya. So negative 20x here. Next, how about here? We will multiply negative 5 times positive 4x. That would still give us negative 20x kasi negative yung isa. Next, we have negative 5. Alright? Negative 5 times negative 5, that would give us positive 25. Negative and negative. That's why positive siya. Then we can combine like terms now. Remember that we can only combine when they are the same term. So since yung 16x squared walang ibang may x squared, therefore bring down 16x squared here. All right? And then we can combine negative 20x and negative 20x. So that would give us negative 40x. And then bring down plus 25. That's why the final answer is 16x squared minus 40x plus 25. That would be 4x minus 5 squared. All right, so we will write the answer. Yun yung 16x squared minus 40x plus 25. Then we still have plus 4, so bring down it here, plus 4. So the rule na ginamit kanina dito is square the binomial first. All right, next, we will proceed. All right, we can still combine kasi the 25 and 4. That's why when we simplify, bring down 16x squared minus 40x, 25 plus 4 is 29. So the final answer is 16x squared minus 40x plus 29. Notice that yung kanina na f composed with g of x, hindi sila pareho ng sagot. Right? So, hindi talaga sila pareho ng sagot. Kasi nga, kung scenario ang binigay sa iyo, pag itong function na to, ginamit pa ng other, may ibang output talaga yun siya. Alright? So, we have another one when we are asked to evaluate given the result from here. So, the result is 16x squared minus 4x plus 29. So, what if we are asked to evaluate if still the x is positive 2? What if yung x daw is positive 2? From the previous one here, we have the g composed of f of x is equal to, ito yung kanina, 16x squared minus 4x plus 29. Therefore, we will substitute already the value of 2 or x, wherein 2. We have here, saan na yung cursor ko? We have here g composed with f of 2 is equal to 16 times 2 squared, kasi ang x pinalitan ng 2, minus 40 times 2 plus 29. All right, then we will perform operations. All right, we have here first is bring down 16, and then we will multiply, we will perform 2 squared. So 2 squared is equal to 4. Then we will multiply negative 40 times positive 2. That would give us negative 80 plus 29. Next, we will multiply 16 times 4. That would give us 64. Bring down minus 80 plus 29. And then we will simplify further. 64 minus 80, that is negative 16. Plus 29, that would give us positive 13. Alright, positive 13 yung final answer ng G composed of F of 2. So the final answer is 13. And remember, hindi pa din sila pareho ng sagot doon sa nauna if si F composed with G of X. Alright, so remember, hindi po magkapareho kapag nauna ang F or nauna si G. Alright, remember this also. Take note that there are cases when you need to use the output from one function as the input to another in order that two functional processes are applied in succession. Okay? Analyze this one. And then your task is Search a scenario where you can apply this concept. Then submit your answer through email. Again, submit your answer through email.